Okay, good morning, Dr. Erum. How are you? Welcome to Dil Diyan Gallan on a Thursday, I believe April 7th.
April 7th,
And
yes.
you're April 7th from Dallas. Welcome,
Hmm.
welcome. Good
Yeah,
morning.
good
Good morning.
morning. Thank you for having me
Yeah,
here.
it took a long time to log in because right now, because of all the lot of restrictions and everything going on and changes in Facebook and
Hmm.
Zoom, so they keep on asking me to change my password and logging information. Sometimes I do with my phone, sometimes I do with my email address. So I have to keep on going back and forth and remembering which one I did. So
Yeah,
now it's,
I know.
it's,
Remembering
a,
what,
it's, a, it's a problem. Yeah, it's becoming a big thing. And I didn't put any music on because of that. So people will be a little bit. Let me see. My friend, she said she's trying to get in. Um, I'm in. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So let's see now. You came here about 2 weeks ago, I think, doctor, right?
yes,
So
yeah.
you come and join us, and
Uh,
I'm just. uh, we
and
are.
I saw the comments on the Facebook, and looks like everyone, I think, liked the program and all. So
Yes.
it was good.
Yeah, they all like the program, and I mean, Dr. Arum is a hospitalist in a hospital in Dallas, and she's done a medical school from Pakistan and residency from New Jersey. Right now, living in Dallas. So let's get some more people in because of my trouble. So I guess some people were trying to get in. It took about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Um, so log out and then log in.
Hmm.
Yeah. I guess I have to tell the people what to do because I guess it took a long time, so they are going in and out. They're not sure what's happening. But
Hmm.
anyway,
Yeah.
just wanted to, um, yeah. So just to, again, I'm going to say that it was so nice. So sorry, I've got distracted with this text messages that saying we cannot get in. So hopefully now they can get in because this is the one that I used to do before, and then I got logged in. Anil Dua, good morning, Ji. Good morning. Jai Mata Di aapko bhi. So right now we are going through a lot of religious things going on.
I know.
And
Yes.
then we have Navratras going on, then we have the Ramadan going on. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Ramaji, good morning too. Sorry about the delay because, like I always tell you, when I'm late, it doesn't mean that I'm late. It's just that technically, technical
Technically
issues are
speaking.
there,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I'm trying to. Actually, we were 1 minute early, 10:29. I told Dr. Room, I think let's start. And then when I started, it gave me all your password is not correct, your ID is not correct. So I said, why? It's the same thing I'm doing every day. And I went back to my old one that I had before. That one worked. The new one didn't work. So I don't
Oh.
know what's going on. So you have to be a little bit patient. If I'm a little bit late, just go out and come back again. That's my best advice. And as usual, and as always, I'm trying to improve and do my best. And we stopped the music for a little while because of this reason. We were having some technical issues. So anyway, Dr. Room is here. She was here 2 weeks ago, and we had a wonderful, wonderful session. I remember that, and I have to thank Dr. Sobia for introducing us. So today we were just saying that we're just discussing that so many different religion things are going on at the same time,
Hmm.
and on the same day that you had the Ramadan and then Navratras are going on also. Today
Yeah,
I'm talking
I
about.
saw that you are wearing such a pretty dress. I mean, of course, I cannot see it all, but your dupatta and
Yeah,
all, and
yeah. I because it's a yellow. My friend told me like yesterday. She said a day before yesterday. She said I was wearing pink. She said no, today's a red day. So quickly I changed into a red. Then yesterday she told me it was green, so I wore green. Today she said it was yellow. I said okay, I have to wear something anyway, so let me wear yellow. If I know
what
beforehand,
exactly is it? Like every day you have to wear a different color?
Yeah, yeah, it's different color every day. And tomorrow is supposed to be black, which I'm not too crazy about that because we usually wear red and all that. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Today, actually, Navratras are the sixth day, and Kalyanani. I think that's what the name. If I'm not pronouncing it correct, just excuse me about that. But anyway, one time more, I'm going to introduce Dr. Room. She was here because I think a lot of you were not here that time. She's working as a hospitalist in a hospital in Dallas, and She's done her medical school from Pakistan and residency from New Jersey, and she lives with the family in Dallas. So that's the introduction right now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kamlesh ji. And so as I was reading about the sixth day of the Navratri is dedicated to Ma Katyanani. Now I hope I said it correctly. The auspicious 9-day festival of Chaitra Navratri is being celebrated in India and all over the world. This year it was started on April 2nd, and today is the sixth day of the festival, which is dedicated to Ma Katyanami. The only thing I can say is that it's a symbol of devotion and true devotion, and and for life. That's what she symbolizes. And bhog mein, yeah, whatever you want to make, you should put some honey in it if you can. That's what today's day is. But I want to ask Dr. Arum a little bit. Tell us a little bit about Ramadan. What do you do to prepare? And I know it lasts for 1 month. I know that. So how you handle that? I mean, you do it every day, or
Yes, yeah. So,
let-
so Ramadan is, it's we have like 12 months on a calendar, so we go by lunar calendar. So Ramadan is the 9th month in Islamic calendar. So sometimes 29 days or 30 days, and you fast from dawn to dusk. So that's what I was just trying to see. Here in Dallas, we are starting our fast around 5:42 a.m., meaning that every day a minute, just gets longer. So this morning it was 5:42 a.m.
I just want to tell everybody that Dallas is a central time, and we are in New York. It is Eastern time, so we are like 1 hour ahead.
Yeah.
Dr. Room is 1 hour. I mean, she woke up earlier to come to us. It's a day off, but that was nice of us. I mean, over here it was 10:15 when we joined. 10:30 we start, but for her it's 9:15. So that's the difference. Yeah. So you can continue. Thank you, Linda ji, for joining also. Yeah, Doctor.
Yes, so 5:42 we started the fast, and we'll break our fast at 7:53. Today's the time is 7:53. So it's about 14 hours. So 14 hours of no eating, no drinking, nothing. Meaning you just can.
No, like it's a funny thing because sometime back, not too long ago, actually last year, I was doing you must have heard about the intermittent fasting.
Intermittent fasting, yes, yeah.
So I used to eat by 7:30 in the night and eat the next day after 14, I believe 14 hours. So I was fasting in the night, but that's different. During the day, it's different. There's more
Right,
time.
right, yes.
You know?
And of course, then after you break your fast around 8 night, then you do not have too much time left. You have to sleep. Then basically you are fasting more than 14 hours because it's depending what time you sleep. You just have 2-3 hours to eat.
Plus, in the morning when you get up, you have to eat early in the morning. I don't know how much you feel like eating.
Exactly. And I cannot, what happens is, of course, after 1 hour, then I have to get up anyways, for kids to go to school and all. So when you eat, then sleep for 1 hour, you just don't feel good. So I am not, of course, I usually don't eat much, but depends whoever can do at that time of the day. Of course, sometimes I'm like my husband, he just eats everything, whatever, but I cannot usually. Sometimes I just have cereal, or sometimes, that my mom makes something with oats and all, with dates, and then you boil it, and it's just like a cereal kind of thing with milk. So it's just light, and it's okay for me. But some people, of course, it's also, like psychological too, that if you're not eating for 14 hours, sometimes you just want to eat whatever you can when you can. So, and people, so that people do eat whatever they can. But again, then it's 14 hours, and when you break your fast, then you can just eat whatever you want to.
So when you break the fast, you have, I think my friend was telling me, they eat dates.
Dates, yeah. So it's basically, something that the Prophet and at that time they used to do date because it's very nutritious. So that's how you just break your fast, and some kind of juice or anything, and then you can just eat. Mostly, and of course, it's more kind of cultural thing in Pakistan that we usually try. It's for Ramadan, there is more dishes, and which is, what usually you do it during Ramzan. Yeah, it's, they're eating samosas, pakode, and things like that, all the fried. And of course, it's something that is just connected to the Ramzan month. Yes. So that's what, and we do that too. But it just depends. I mean, whatever you want to do it, depending your rest of the days, what you eat.
Yeah.
But
True.
because it's not too much of the time from 8, and if you're going back to sleep around 10, 11, then it's 3, 4 hours. Then whatever you can eat, sometimes you just break your fast with a date and some water, juice, and then just eat your dinner directly. So it just depends, whatever works for.
Yeah. My friend, I think a few days ago when she was fasting, she said, "Oh, I'm making pakora." Then she had chaat, and then she had kale chole. You know, like those are supposed to be
Kale chole, yeah, yes, I love them. Yeah, it's
kale
so
chole.
good.
She made that, and she sent me big. Her daughter came and dropped off so much food. I said, "What is this?" She said, "No, my husband, bhai sahab ko
He
pakoras."
likes that,
Yeah.
agree.
Yes, he loves pakoras. So, so she gave that, and kale chole I ate, and then she had the chaat and fruit chaat also. So it was
Fruit
that's
chart, yes, fruit, yeah.
yeah.
So, but of course, this is not like a religious thing. It's just
Right,
more
right.
cultural because, of course, whatever, just people in a culture, they just connect one dish or things just to whatever the occasion is. So it's
Yeah.
more kind of, yeah, that's what we used
Oh,
to
that
do.
was really yeah.
And sometimes you have get-togethers and all,
Yeah.
you call
Uh,
a fire party and all, and then, just make, yeah.
that's what uh-huh. Sorry about that. Somebody's calling me from the doctor's office. I'll call back. Sorry about that. Anyway, so that's I mean, it's every year. So you keep all of them, or you just keep a few, or what do you do? Like,
I mean, you just have to just keep all the 29 or 30, yeah. And then of
okay,
course after Ramadan, when then at the Eid day, but before that you just have to keep. I
yeah.
mean, it's a compulsory thing which you have to do. And again,
I
of
think
course,
also your system also is good for your. My friend was telling me like just like the Navratras because they have to restrict what are they eating. Some things they cannot eat. They don't eat. So I think recharges your system that you are
Mhm.
programming it differently. Because
Yeah.
if you keep on eating the same thing every day, every day, every day, there got to be a little break, you know?
Just give some break to your
Yeah.
liver and your yes, and I mean, of course, it's just like intermittent fasting, right? So it's where you fast for so many hours, and then just you
That's
can
true.
eat, yeah, so that kind of thing. That's a concept, but of course, it's besides your health, it's more self-discipline and
Yeah.
more charity and all these kind of things, and self-control. Basically, of course, when you're not eating, and
Right.
most of us have addiction to food, right? You cannot
Yeah.
just,
I
yeah. So
mean, like I said, if you eat this heavy stuff for this thing every single day, going on, and there's no like, not no break. So I
mm,
think fasting in a way, and I mean, a lot of people are my friends over here. They do certain things. They do fast on Mondays. Sometimes
mm,
they don't take salt in their food. So Tuesdays they usually do Hanuman ji ka hota hai.
mm,
Fruit ज़्यादातर fruit खाते हैं. Sometimes
mm,
I like that. I like to keep that one because when I was in India, I used to live near the Hanuman temple, not too far away. So Tuesdays I used to go there. So that day we don't eat the meat or eggs. Like keep it
mm,
like a
mm,
vegetarian type.
mm.
A lot of fruits and vegetables. So
I think
each
the
day has
basic
a different.
concept is the self-control. And
Yeah,
yes, and then of course give your body some break of whatever you are doing. Mostly like damage, if you're not eating healthy all the time. So it's just giving your body a break.
yeah. So as a doctor, so you suggest that's a good thing to do for everybody, right? To have a little
Yes, yeah,
fasting.
yeah.
It is good.
And of course, I mean, of course, that's what we were discussing, that some patients or some people who have certain problems like diabetes and
Yeah,
heart, of course, then whatever they can do, it's not that you have to die for it, but then there are different, the medications, if you're taking medications and all. So it can be controlled, or it can be adjusted depending if you're fasting.
yeah.
So you
That's what happened to me when I was doing the intermittent fasting. Then I said, I was eating, finishing by 7:30 my dinner. And then, of course, I drank a little bit water in between. I used to drink water and all. But then the next day, I was having the show in the morning, like like the same time now. And then I was eating after that, which was around 12 o'clock, 11:32, and I felt
Mm,
that, because I'm taking medications for, I'm a diabetic,
mm,
pre-diabetic actually, but I got to take some medication. So I felt
mm,
that, I felt weak and like, so it didn't really work out for me that well.
mm.
Maybe I have to shorten not make the long span, like maybe 14 hours,
Correct.
maybe
Or
10.
yes, yeah. So because of course diabetes, you just have to. It's all everything is controlled. When you're eating, fasting, and all, and it's very. You have to manage that, especially if you are taking anything oral medicines or
Right.
insulin. So it has to be adjusted according to what your dietary habits are. So that's for sure.
Diet also has to be controlled. I mean, this saying is, I mean, sugar is a myth. I mean, you can take some sugar, but it depends on your pancreas how they, work. You could explain to. Can you explain a little bit about that? How does that work?
Yeah, so
This.
I mean, of course, that diabetes, how do you know that you are diabetic? First, you have to screen patients. So usually the people 45 and above, so you screen patients for diabetes. If screening meaning at the time when they do not have any symptoms. If you have symptoms of diabetes, then of course, then it's something that
Right.
you have to do it any time. But 45 and above, then you have to screen for diabetes and you check for diabetes every 3 years. But if you are obese or overweight, like if your BMI is 25 and above, and you have some more risk factors like family history of diabetes and inactivity and all, so then you just have to check for diabetes. So in how you check it, that you have to do some fasting blood sugars and
Right.
hemoglobin A1C. So there are certain numbers there. If it is above that, then it's considered pre-diabetes or diabetes. So that's what I was reading, that I have done the lifestyle medicine, obesity medicine. So the the medicines, when you take the medicines, of course, it's something that's the conventional treatment of diabetes. But there's so many research and all that if you are managing it with diet, is it still possible? But it has to be like whole food, plant-based diet, meaning no meat, poultry, seafood,
Wow.
kind of thing. And if you are following that diet, then basically you can even reverse the diabetes, meaning you do not have to take medicines and insulin.
So you're saying that meat is really not that good to take when if you're diabetic.
Yeah, yes. I mean, the thing is like when
Maybe
you
I don't
are,
know.
yeah, so when a person is diabetic, of course, you are doing medications. If you are not compliant with the medicines, your diabetes won't be under control. So if you have to treat diabetes with food, with your diet or your physical activity, then you have to think it that it's like a medicine for you. So you just have to see that. I mean, of course, avoid what you can, but
Hmm.
if you need to have the effective, like if you want to be effective, so then it has to be, that's what the research is, that you just take a whole food plant-based diet where there is no meat, poultry and all. I mean, of course you can just avoid it, but if you want to have the complete effect, that's how you do it.
See.
And yeah, so and of course, and increase fiber. So fiber, dietary fiber it's very important
Yeah.
to control diabetes. Yeah.
Fiber. Wow.
So
Good. Yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
so fiber is very helpful. Yeah.
fiber. Yes.
Um,
I think it fills your stomach and, you know, it, I mean, you go regularly to the bathroom also. I mean, it helps you in many ways.
And that is one, of course, one effect of the fiber, but usually it's a little bit more complex. What happens is that in your colon, there is good bacteria and bad bacteria. You call it like microbiome. So
Okay.
those bacteria, they regulate your blood sugars and many illnesses. Sometimes if you take antibiotics, your good bacteria is also affected then with the bad bacteria too.
Oh, yes.
Antibiotic kills everything.
That's
So
true.
Yeah, so in that case, when you take fiber, so what happens is there are certain chemicals they produce, and fiber stays in your colon, which is insoluble fiber, and the bacteria just feeds into that. They produce some kind of chemicals which helps in regulation of all the insulin and glucose. So fiber, like dietary fiber, is very important, of course, with the heart diseases also, of course, your regular gut health, it prevent cancer, colon cancer, and plus it helps with the diabetes. So,
That's
and
that's good to know that. I didn't know that so much importance about for fiber. I didn't know that, but it's good to know that. And of course,
yeah.
like as always, exercise is always
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, and recommended, the daily recommended is usually 28 grams of fiber you can do, and when you increase the quantity of it, it's more benefit. But if you are treating diabetes with diet and without medicine, so it's like 65 grams of fiber you have to have
Oh.
like every day.
Like
And
for example, like in what can we eat? Like fiber की
yeah,
क्या चीज़
fiber,
होती है?
usually, you know that all the fruits and vegetables, they have fiber.
Oh,
In meat or any animal product you use, there is no fiber in
no
any
fiber in that. Yeah, that's true.
fiber. So whatever the fiber you get is from the plant source, which
I
is
see.
fruit and vegetables you eat.
They all have fibers. Okay, that's why. Because I mean, some people tell me that because you're diabetic, you should not be taking so much fruit because it has their own natural sweetness. But I thought the fruit is more. It's better to take the fruit than to eat anything else.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. And there are certain fruits. I mean, that's what they say. Sometimes the kind of there is a little bit fat also on some of the fruits like avocado or coconut. They may have a little bit more complex, sugars. So probably just you can avoid that. But the rest of the fruits, I mean, of course, it's good. It's the natural sugar, which is good.
What about watermelon? They said watermelon has a lot of sugar in it.
I don't think so. I have not heard about watermelon. I know that some of the fruits or vegetables like avocado, coconut, but not watermelon. And
Not
there are certain different kinds of sugars. The natural sugars they are basically good.
So you're suggesting that we can, like for example, I like fruit. I like all kind of fruit.
Mhm.
So strawberries,
Mhm.
blueberries, and even like watermelon, mangoes. I don't know about mangoes because they said mangoes high in
Mhm.
sugar. So that's what I'm saying. 'Cause I love mangoes too. Like we are
Mhm.
not coming from India,
Yeah.
and everybody's
Yes. Yes.
I love mangoes.
Right, right.
So
But mangoes, of course, these kind of fruits where it's more probably complex sugars, you just have to limit it. But of course, the rest of the fruits and vegetables, so they are very good.
so salads are that means one should always take salad every day because I
Mm.
I like to eat salad too. So salad has a lot of salad with the um you can add cucumbers or tomatoes or whatever you
And
like.
instead of using the salad dressing, which is full of fat, the store bought and
Right, I don't like that.
yogurt or something, you can make it yourself too,
Yes,
some
yes.
with yogurt and things like that. So that's, yeah, because fruits and vegetables, they are low in calories, but it's filling. So when you restrict calories, you lose weight, and when you lose weight, your diabetes gets better control.
Yes.
Mm.
So then what about that? Somebody's asking a question. So we take all that, but what about then protein के लिए क्या करें? Like for protein, if we let's say we're not eating too much meat or eggs, so what can we substitute that, for protein?
So usually it's the soy. Soy is usually is the complete protein. I know they do tofu and things like that, which is non-animal based.
Okay.
But that can be done too. And of course, I mean there are certain other things, and which I just said, soy products and tofu. It has protein. Um, which can be done. I know there are not too many choices on that, but still, uh, it can be done,
What about
without
paneer?
the.
Paneer is good. Um,
So paneer, I mean, of course, it still comes in the dairy thing.
yeah.
And again, I mean, of course, you can just limit it if you have to. but it's still, I mean, of course, it's not like it's still an animal source, right? So you can, I mean, limit the use of it, which would be good, um, and I'm talking about like if you are doing like just the treatment of diabetes with the food, then it has to be, you have to limit that or avoid that. Yeah.
Paneer also. Too much paneer is not good. Okay.
Yes. But
Because it also
overall,
has, yeah.
yeah, if it's not like diabetes, overall, that you just have to have a healthy diet and all. Sometimes they say that Mediterranean diet, which includes, some cheese and olives and all, it's good too. But
Olives are good. Olives are, I think, good in salads. I like olives. थोड़ा सा आपका ऊंचा हो गया है, थोड़ा सा नीचे कर लो. Like it's going up till here. So if you can move the camera a little bit down or um
is it better?
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Yeah, so that's good to know. I didn't know that tofu because I was eating tofu before when I said it had a problem with the breast, something to do with the breasts, and I don't know. I heard that um, too much is not good for your. If I went for a mammogram and then I had to go every 3 months. Once I stopped the tofu and anything, I was back to normal. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but
Oh,
somebody.
yeah, and of course I know that there are many things I'm not sure about that, so that's why I cannot comment. But I mean, of course, anything you are doing in excess sometimes can
Yeah,
be, it's even water. If water is good, if you are doing it in excess, it can cause problem.
that's
So
true.
yeah, so it's you just have to have some limits on anything what you do. So it doesn't mean that, of course, if it's natural and if you're doing excess of any natural thing, it would be
Right.
good for you. Yeah, so it's mm,
I mean,
and
I personally like tofu. I like tofu and I very much.
mm,
People substitute tofu with paneer nowadays. Like a lot of
mm,
things. They eat
mm,
that,
yeah.
and of course, vegetables are really good. But
Mm,
let's talk something about a different. A lot of people also have hypertension, right?
mm.
Hypertension. How do we avoid that? Is there any way? I mean, without I mean,
Yes,
talk
and I
off
mean,
the
of course,
medication.
and again, it's not that because I do conventional medicine. Basically, I'm the hospital medicine doctor, so it's the conventional where you do the medications and all. So there is nothing wrong to use medicines when you need it. Of
Right.
course, you are coming in the hospital or in the primary care doctor office if your blood pressure is 200 or 150 and more. So just doing the diet will not help the blood pressure right on that day. So you have to start the medicine to control the blood pressure because it has a faster effect. But
Wow.
at the same time, even of course, if you are using the medicines, these things, especially the diet, is very helpful in diabetes and blood pressure too. Of course, with the blood pressure, we know is the sodium, the salt intake. That's what of course have to be
Right.
avoided. Plus again, the whole food meaning it's all, you can say like a vegan diet. It's more kind where you can control blood pressure and diabetes.
Really.
So
Vegan
yeah.
diet. But I think vegan diet you don't take any milk products.
No animal source,
No
yes. Yeah.
animal source. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course for some it's very hard because of course like us or me in my family we have been eating of course everything more animal source than the vegetables, but of course when you learn something about it just takes a while to just change your dietary habits. But of course we are just trying. It's not that I have completely
Right.
removed anything from my diet. We still need other poultry, seafood, and beef and all. But if you want to take no medicine and you have to aggressively treat, of course, your blood pressure, diabetes, and you want to do it